All right, it's a new day. It's actually the next day. We just got back from delivering the cornet with Fab Rats. And when we got here, look who was here waiting for us. Alan, Yankum Ropes. So he's got some new products here that he wants us to try, and he wants to mount them up on the tow truck. I told him we're not ready. He says he doesn't care. He's gonna install them anyway. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Yankum Ropes has developed this new fair lead that has some really cool features that make it better at being a fair lead and better at some other things that fair leads aren't even supposed to do. So I've been running this on the Morrvair and the Banana for a little while, for a long time on the Banana, and I'm really liking it. I know Paul at Fab Rats runs this too. There's a few out there that have been testing these, and everybody's like glowing reports.
Yeah, we're making waves in the industry. The whole point is it's got grooves in it, so if you hit a tree or if you hit a rock, it's not going to damage that really expensive winch line.
All right, there it is.
It's ready.
So you got your winch line. Yankum Ropes has these too. If you've got your existing winch line, you can get rid of all the metal. So there's a lot of different systems that use big old chunks of metal right here, big old gnarly hooks, and you've got this big old chunk of metal somewhere in your recovery system. If something was to fail, you've got a missile. Right here, take the end of your rope. You can either get one from Yankum Ropes, or you can take your own and tie your own. Not too hard, is it?
Yeah, we actually have a little video that shows you how to do it in under 5 minutes.
Okay, and then you just hook that right there. You can see right here, if you have a Freedom winch line, they work with this too, where it tucks it away nice and tight, so that when you smash into something, which I have with this, I've actually bent this, I should probably straighten it back out. Yeah, it protects the rope. So since we're building the world's largest off-road wrecker, Alan decided that he was gonna make me some of these big ropes in yellow. Now, I don't sell these, but these have a great application for farming and construction. And what else? Just anything you got, mining?
Yep, mining, ag, road construction, road crews.
So if you need a rope this size, you can go over to Yankum Ropes. That's where you get these. Okay, no more leaving town, no more distracted with mines and delivering free cars and SEMA and whatever else I've been distracted with. It's heavy wrecker time from now till it's done. Good morning, it is another day of working in the shop, and we are back on the heavy wrecker. No more shenanigans, just working on the wrecker. Mark my word. What are we doing today?
We're cleaning all this mess up. We kind of got it good on the inside, now we're working on the outside, so we're gonna trim off all the sharp edges, hammer things around, tighten it up, seal the holes.
We got some comments that if we don't finish the firewall, we're gonna get a lot of engine noise and heat inside the cab. I don't know if that's the case, but we're gonna finish the firewall anyway. We have a massive amount of holes. I've never seen this many holes.
Some of them were bolts, some of them were just holes. This stuff?
I think we should fill all these sheet metal holes. The ones that are bolt holes, I think we should put bolts in case we have brackets or something.
We have to use them in the future.
So up in here, we've got some really weird shapes. We've got to get these all sealed off. We're abandoning this fresh air intake. We're gonna be getting our fresh air a different way. So Tom and I came in early today to get started on this so that you can see this get finished in a timely manner, which is what we're all looking for. Lizzie's gonna be here a little bit later. We're gonna have 2 welders burning the rest of this week.
Let's get to work.
Get them out. All right, there were sparks kind of going through the firewall. I was nervous about it. We took the seats out. So Lizzie just showed up. She has a few chores to do before she gets fabricating. What are you doing this morning, Lizzie?
Having a little bit of a problem. I am inventorying the Banana and Morrvair, making sure we have all of the correct recovery equipment in each rig and get them ready to go on the road.
Nice. All right, when she gets that done, we're gonna have her pull out a welder and start welding.
Well, it's a little cloudy, but no wind. That's great. A little cool. We'll get it done.
So while Tom's finishing doing what he's doing, I'm gonna run out and find some metal so we can start patching these holes. That's a good start. I like to use different thicknesses of metal because they all have different resonant frequencies, so it keeps the noise down inside the cab. I'm gonna build these pieces first. It's not gonna be easy. It's not even gonna be worth it. but it's what we're doing. This air leak is going straight into the cab unless we seal it here. Ow. Yeah. Outstanding. So one of the challenges we have here is sealing this all off. It's one of the challenges. All right, we're using some brand new automotive manufacturing techniques here. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be gluing these and then welding them. It's like a brand new car. I think it's gonna work really good. Tell me that's not beautiful.
That wasn't pretty. Between the rust and the glue, it didn't really want to weld.
Let's see how this looks. We'll tuck this up in there and then we'll just put it where it goes and fill gaps. Okay, we'll tack it where it's touching. All right, Lizzie's out of work, so we're gonna have to bring some work in here for her to work on. We're gonna get to use science to get the wrecker in the shop one more time.
Look how organized this is. We got our 2 ropes, our soft shackles, tree saver, shirts, bag with extra tools, and our match straps.
Nice. I am trying a nautical thing here without any knowledge of nautical knots. In case some of you are under the impression I know what I'm doing, I'd like you to observe what's happening. Lizzie, do you copy?
10-4.
All right. This will be your first one. Right there, just tack it in. This is what I call production. We got 2 welders just burning on the heavy wrecker. Finally. So what I got Tom doing right here is he's finalizing the carrier bearing mount. There's not a lot of room down there, so we've had to do some tricky modifications. That's my finger burning right there. That smoke's from my fingers. I don't know exactly at what angle this goes, but that's where it goes. We need some drainage, not very big holes. This will drain pretty easy. So I'm thinking maybe a hole right here, and a hole right here, and one right here, and one right here.
Yeah, one on each corner.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that tip.
It's already blowing out.
And it blows out the side. All right, so Flog just called. They said that the bumper for blue steel is done, so we're gonna go pick it up, and then we're gonna get it installed and just see how it looks. Well, awesome. We'll put this on and send you some pictures.
Sounds good. We're excited to see how it looks.
Awesome, thank you guys. All right, well, it looks super good. I am really happy about it. We're gonna get it back to the shop. We're gonna get it installed and look at it. And after we make sure everything fits and everything's good, we're gonna take it up to Robbie's and let him have at it. We got blue steel here. We're gonna have Rhett and Greg install it. Should be pretty straightforward.
All right, so we just got this finished installed, so I'm gonna go get my dad and see what he thinks about it.
Look at that.
Seems to be strong.
So there's more heads than welding hoods right now. So we're gonna run to Schultz's and get Tom his own welding hood. And we're gonna take Dig Dug, which is Tom's square body Chevy. He's had it for years, been working on it a little bit at a time.
Long time.
Listen to that thing purr. So this truck has a few things in common with the Morrvair. It's got a completely homemade custom dash. It's running the very same tires right now that I ran the first time I ever took it to Moab. Like, it was the rollers that we built the car on. It's got a Junkyard 5.3 running a Holly Terminator.
We're running the exact same tune in this and in the Morrvair. I drove the Morrvair and I loved the engine, I loved the way it ran. So I basically copied that exact same setup in here. I took out the 350, I put in the 5.3, and I've been super happy with that.
All right, we'll see if Rowdy's here. Oh, it doesn't look like he's here. Is he at lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. All right, so what we're doing here, got Josh here helping us. He's every bit as good as Rowdy. Rowdy, where are you, man? What we're doing is we're looking to see what they come with and see if we've just got mismatched consumables. I'm hoping that's what the case is.
Yeah, 96, these are about the same.
Okay. This is about a minute of work. It's brand new. Like, this thing's got less than an hour of work on it.
You want to talk to the Miller rep? I can call him right now.
Yeah.
You're saying it's happening like instantly?
Yeah. So the second you put the new tips in it and you start cutting, it's cutting at an angle, like right off the bat.
You don't have a gouge tip in it by chance, or a gouge?
No. We just checked all my parts against what comes on them brand new, and all the right parts.
I'll just send you one, man. Don't buy it. Take care of you.
All right, so the guys at Miller are super cool. We told them what the problem was, did a little bit of troubleshooting. They're deciding just to send us a whole new torch, but that's gonna take some time. So the guys at Schultz's, who are also super cool, they've got one in stock, so they'll just wait for the new one to come to replace this one. And this will get us back on the road right now. All right, Tom, here you go.
All right.
Today, folks, I'm measuring this piece of 2x6 piping to go under the wrecker to support in between the links. So we have more, what is it called? More structure under the belly pan. Holy smokies, I got up in the right spot. Look at that, 67.5. So since I'm 5'6", and this thing is like more than half as tall as me, I gotta get a stool so I'm tall enough to cut this thing.
So this is part of the system to beef these up, because they're just on this skid plate. And then these are gonna go right here, like this, probably like that. And then this is gonna go like this. Oh my, that's no good. Give me that big sledgehammer. How's it looking?
It looks good. Let's tack it. Yeah, let's move to the metal.
Tack the one that's touching and we'll move it a couple places. All right, we got a lot done today. We got the firewall basically done. We've got both the top of the bottom pan and the bottom of the bottom pan. But my favorite thing about today was taking a big chunk right out of the middle to take Tom shopping for a hood. We got back, and he just used that one. All right, we're gonna be back like this. Told you we'd be right back. It's the next day. We've got a lot to do today because we didn't do it yesterday. So yesterday I said we got the firewall mostly done and I air quoted it, but I didn't remember we didn't do any of that. See that up there? So Tom and I are gonna work with that. Lizzie is back here. I came in early and I tacked these in place. I'll show you what we're doing with that.
Yesterday, we went and got this welding helmet because we were all excited about doing that. But Matt wanted to work on the wrecker so bad I didn't even get to open it. So I'm gonna go open my welding helmet.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna help Lizzie get this area ready for welding.
Oh wow, we are gonna scratch that up and get it dirty really fast. All right, let's go wear the new off.
All right, so Lizzie's gonna get these welded up. And Tom, what are we working on? Your hood? Tom's still working on his hood. I'm forcing Tom to fabricate like me right now. And even though he's being very polite, he is not happy about it.
Inside, all kinds of alarms are going off.
So what I did there was I put a mark, and then I saw how far I needed to cut it off from this mark, and that's where I'm gonna cut it. See how that looks. So there's a guy, he's called Bad Chad, and he's a fabricator.
Have you seen anybody do more? Ask yourself.
And he has kind of done what I've done and just quit pretending that he's the safest fabricator in the world. I'm not advocating you take any of the safety features off of any tools. I'm just saying there's a guy that does it. There's another guy that does it.
Yes,
and you shouldn't do it. You should not do it. I got the brackets tacked in. Lizzie's got to weld them in. And then these go in here, and then you twist them to put some preload on them, and that gives you the triangulation for pulling off of the top of that. We'll show you how that goes in a minute. These just need to be welded on. I would do there and there. That looks really good. Okay, same thing. That looks good up there. We should make Tom work in precarious positions more often because he does better work.
Coming along.
So we got to get this sanded, primed, and then painted. We got to get all the seams sealed too. All right, what you doing next?
I am standing here, but I am about to tack these into place and weld them on.
That goes right there. All right, let's check on Lizzie here. How you doing?
Good. I've been working on consistency, like trying to get the bead the same width every time.
Good job, Lizzie. So there's our triangulation. So no matter how hard we pull on that bar, it's gonna have to rip the shock towers off to bend the headache rack. All right, so we showed you when it was flexed out that the tires were coming in contact with some things here. I just glossed over it. I didn't mean to. I've already got solutions for it, so I didn't really think about it. But I'm going to let you know what we're going to do. There's a lot of room in here to move these springs in. We can drill a hole, we can move these springs in, and we can trim this back. This is still a problem. These piggyback reservoirs, they're just not going to work. We have a little bit of adjustment. I can move the shock in about 1 inch, but that's not going to be enough. So we're going to talk to Bill Stein, and we're either going to change these for some shocks that don't have a reservoir, or we're going to get remote reservoir so that we can mount this external reservoir remotely with a hose connected to it. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but I'm not worried about it. I know that we're going to be able to get the articulation we need. We're definitely going to be limiting suspension travel with bump stops and limit straps, but I want to get as much as possible. I don't want it to be just a shock adjustment away from getting another 6 inches of articulation. So we'll work on that. How's your day going?
Good, good. The wind quit, and now it's a nice day, but only got another hour of daylight. Running out of daylight every day.
All right, it's quitting time, but Tom wants some extra credit. I've got an errand I've got to go run. I'm going to leave him here to prep this for paint, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to paint this.
Okay, let's do it.
What's Lizzie doing?
I'm gonna be here until I leave.
All right, I think that looks cool. It finally looks like we're doing something.
We are.
Because we are, yeah. So we got that all sanded. We blow tacked and staticked it.
Blow tack and static.
So we're gonna let this sit for a minute, take a little break, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put on this. That's enough for today. We're gonna get back on it tomorrow. Good morning, it is a new day. I am out here in the shop. Came in a little bit early. Let me show you what we're working on today. This floor has some rust, it's pretty thin. Got some holes through it, rust all the way through. So we're gonna cut this out. We're gonna replace it with this piece of metal right here.
So we just finished up the inside of the cab. We filled a whole bunch of holes that were all over on the floor, and then we put in this big patch and did a bunch of plug welds.
This project is a project where we're just emptying out the paint closet. This says paint plus primer. I choose to believe that. TomTom's setting up the seam sealer. It's like a two-part, and it mixes. Big thanks to Brandon at Ideal Distributors. We're gonna
give the seam sealer a try.
Yeah. All right, so we got this all done, and now we're gonna let it dry, and I think we're gonna start working on the drivetrain, get that ready to drop in. So what we've got here is a monster transmission. It is a GM 4L85E, and it's built for 700 horsepower and like 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, which is bigger than what we're planning on putting in front of it.
Gold, of course.
Oh, maybe we should read the instructions.
Add 1 quart of transmission fluid to the converter prior to installation of the transmission.
It ain't taking it. It's not taking it, man. So maybe I shouldn't have poured it in so fast. Oh, there's a big air bubble just came up. We don't need to call anybody. It's gonna be okay. Okay, Ed, you wanna take this bolt out?
Ready?
Yep, slowly.
Gut in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have had to push the gas real hard. So we just got off the phone with the guys at Midnight Metalworks. This is a prototype case, and it's got prototype parts in it, and they've got a new version because they've done some testing of some other parts, so they don't want us to put it together with these parts. Anyway, so we can't get this assembled today, but they're overnighting us the parts, so we should have those, well, it's the end of the week, so it's gonna be next week before we have them. Do I sound sad? I'm a little bit sad. We've got to get those parts. They're going to be shipping those. We're going to have those at the 1st of next week. That means we're kind of at a standstill for working on the record because this is the next step, is putting the drivetrain together and getting that set in the frame, get it under here and get the cab put on it. That's the order of business, but we can't do any of that till we have the right parts for this. But anyway, this week we got a ton done. We got the firewall completely finished. We got all the ribs put in the wrecker. I'm going to call them ribs because that's what they look like. We got the rust hole patched in the floor. We got it painted. It's close. It's all close. Hopefully, we get this project done before
the Wrecker Olympics. Because it'd be a shame to miss that.
It would be. That would be terrible. So as Bob Ross would say, I'll be back.
You've got him totally mixed up with somebody else.
Do I?